Every day, in cities and towns across the globe, children vanish without a trace, and the chilling reality is that many of these disappearances are not random acts of fate, but the calculated actions of individuals who prey on the innocent. It is a grim statistic that weighs heavily on our collective conscience, a stark reminder that the world, while filled with beauty and joy, harbours darkness that seeks to exploit the most vulnerable among us, our children. As we navigate through our busy lives, it is easy to become complacent, to believe that such horrors exist only in the shadows of distant neighbourhoods or in the pages of sensational headlines. But the truth is that these predators are often lurking much closer to home than we'd like to admit. They are skilled at blending in, at appearing harmless, and they thrive on the trust that we as a society place in one another. It is imperative that we recognize the reality of this threat and take proactive measures to safeguard the children in our lives. The first step in this journey of protection is education. It is crucial that we begin teaching our children about safety from a young age. This education should not be limited to the classroom. It must extend into the home, where parents and guardians can instill a sense of awareness and caution. Children need to learn about the potential dangers that exist in their environment, the importance of not talking to strangers, the need to stay in groups, and the necessity of trusting their instincts. We must empower them to speak up if they feel uncomfortable, to understand that their feelings are valid and that they have the right to say no. Schools play a pivotal role in this education. They are not just institutions for academic learning. They are places where children spend a significant portion of their formative years. It is essential that schools implement comprehensive safety programs that address the realities of abduction and abuse. This includes age-appropriate discussions about personal boundaries, body autonomy, and the importance of reporting suspicious behavior. Educators must be trained to recognize the signs of a child in distress and to create an environment where students feel safe to share their concerns. We must also acknowledge the common places where children are most vulnerable. Parks, playgrounds, and schoolyards are often seen as safe havens, but they can also serve as hunting grounds for those with malicious intent. After school hours, when children are left unsupervised, is a particularly dangerous time. This is when predators are most active, seeking out opportunities to exploit the absence of adult supervision. It is crucial that we establish community watch programs, encouraging neighbours to look out for one another and for the children in their vicinity. Moreover, we must address the impact of technology on child safety. In our increasingly digital world, children are more connected than ever before, but this connectivity comes with its own set of risks. Social media platforms, while providing opportunities for connection, can also serve as a gateway for predators to groom and exploit young victims. It is imperative that parents monitor their children's online activities, educating them about the potential dangers of sharing personal information and engaging with strangers online. Open conversations about internet safety should be a regular part of family discussions. In addition to education and vigilance, we must advocate for stronger laws and policies that protect children from abduction and abuse. Law enforcement agencies should be equipped with the resources and training necessary to respond swiftly and effectively to reports of missing children. This includes the implementation of alert systems that can rapidly disseminate information to the public when a child goes missing. Communities must come together to support these initiatives, ensuring that every child is accounted for and that every disappearance is treated with the urgency it deserves. Furthermore, we must not shy away from the uncomfortable conversations about the underlying issues that contribute to these heinous acts. Mental health plays a significant role in the behavior of those who commit acts of violence against children. It is essential that we promote mental health awareness and access to treatment for those in need. By addressing the root causes of these behaviors, we can begin to create a safer environment for our children. It is also vital that we foster a culture of accountability. We must hold individuals and institutions responsible for their role in the protection of children. This includes not only parents and educators, but also community leaders, law enforcement, and lawmakers. Everyone has a part to play in this collective responsibility. When we see something suspicious, we must speak up. When we hear of potential threats, we must take them seriously. Silence and inaction only serve to embolden those who seek to harm our children. As we consider the devastating impact of child abduction and abuse, we must remember that prevention is always better than reaction. We have the power to create a safer environment for our children, but it requires commitment, vigilance, and a willingness to engage in difficult conversations. We must work together, families, schools, communities, and governments, to build a fortress of protection around our children, ensuring that they can grow, learn, and thrive without the shadow of fear looming over them. In closing, let us remember that every child deserves to feel safe, to be free from harm, and to enjoy their childhood without the threat of violence. It is our duty to protect them, to educate them, and to stand united against the forces that seek to exploit their innocence. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create a world where children are cherished, valued, and safeguarded against those who would do them harm. Let us take action today, for the sake of our children, for their future, and for the hope that we can build a brighter, safer tomorrow. Never leave your child alone, unsupervised on the streets. The predators are there, waiting for the right moment to strike.